Alright, everybody, it is me, Junson Chan. And I never even heard of these two liberals or even knew that they were liberal. But apparently, it's kind of a part of a big fucking scam. So, there's. Shit. Didn't realize that. So, there's two people trending, or at least they were. Really? Did it go away already? Oh, anyway, one person's name Felicity Huffman, and the other one is Louis something. So we'll find out who. But basically, some high-profile liberals were, I guess, indicted for for apparently some super huge nationwide college scam. So basically, they launder a lot of money to pay bribes to Ivy League schools like say Yale that we'll soon take a look at. And in exchange, desperate parents who want their kids to go to like the best colleges, get in when they're not supposed to because they're unqualified. So let's see. So let's get right into it. So first things first is, yeah, everyone just loves doing the selfie thing. Okay. March Madness. Who will play Felicity Huffman in the college cheating film? And Felicity Huffman was like some like super pro Hillary Clinton anti fucking Trumper. So, yeah, you always gotta cough it up to the liberals, right? They virtue signal and talk a big fucking game, but in the end, they turn right around, and then just start dealing, wheeling and dealing, because we know they're immoral pieces of shit. That's always how it's been. So anyway, I thought this was pretty funny because, already, the, whatchamacallit, what's interesting about liberals is once it's clearly obvious that they're being cut from the liberal herd, it's always funny to see other liberals just, pounce on their former, friends. So I don't even remember half of these names. So I don't know, but let's see. In the competition, we got, what is this, 16 candidates, and then the winner will eventually come down to a one-on-one, and then will be the lead actress to portray the bad woman Felicity Huffman. So anyway, so Will Chamberlain also commented on this because again I had no idea who the hell this person was up until today when she was already arrested. So Will said, "You know what's funny? I bet like 90% of the affluent parents indicted in Collegegate are liberals. For example, Felicity Huffman is a very regular Democratic donor." And then here's, so this dumb cunt donated to Kamala Harris, and then a bunch of these other people. And then one is called Act Blue. Wow, look at all that money. That's a lot of money. You know these people. They drive Priuses. Really? Huh. With a single Obama sticker on the back. Maybe with a coexist bumper sticker as well. They donate nothing to charity, and they bribe college coaches to get their kids into the right college. Well, I knew about the they do not donate to charity part. Even I fucking donate to some kind of charity, or at least things that I think are charities, I don't care if it's tax-free or not. I just believe in a cause, so that's what it's called. And I'm like pretty fucking cheap when it comes to this shit. I grew up around these people. So did I. I still live amongst them. Though I guess it's not as bad. I try to seek out more conservative types, or at least not the crazy left-wing fucking assholes. I was born and raised in Cupertino, California, at the heart of Silicon Valley. Also, where I think Apple was founded, I think. I guess that's where Steve Jobs was. My parents were the only Republicans in the community. Ugh, I know that fucking feeling. I'm still recovering from my sickness, so I still have to be kind of careful because I really had to push it last night and it really fucked me. So I want to try to go because I think I'm almost done feeling better. So I need to try to take things easy, especially since I don't have access to cough drops because I ran out. When I was 10, there was a proposal to build some condos with affordable housing near the highway. Oh, that sounds good. In fact, my old neighborhood had a highway right by the Verrazano Narrow Bridge. There's tons of federal housing there. Some neighbors came by the house with a petition to stop the project. They said that the housing would be too vulnerable to pollution, that it wouldn't be safe for the residents. Patent bullshit. My dad took their flyer and kindly told them to have a nice evening. Then he said something that has stuck in my brain ever since. These fucking NIMBYs call themselves liberals. Ooh. Yeah. Perfectly willing to virtue signal all day long about how they vote for the right person. But if their housing values are threatened, they become total reactionaries. Yeah, exactly, right? I complained about the exact same thing, so has Hartisti. And so have, previous conservatives in my life that I no longer talk to, right? We all say the same thing. They're all for redistributing your wealth, except when it comes to their own. They're all for diversity, except for themselves, where they want to be in an all-white neighborhood. They're total fucking, hypocrites. Same thing here. I'm sure these people talking in their circles about how horrible Trump is, how terrible it is that those white working-class rubes vote against their interests. Meanwhile, they bribe college coaches to get their precious Johnny into the right school. So if you're wondering why I'm right-wing, I grew up around elite left-wingers. The least virtuous among us are the most eager to virtue signal. Yeah, because they have to compensate, for something. Finished. Weird, right? How wealthy white liberals live in the least diverse places imaginable. I'm beginning to think Will Chamberlain reads Hartisti. Gotta make sure little Johnny has good public schools. Yeah. So, because if conservatives come out and says the same thing, like, oh, we don't want diversity or whatever, then, they're accused of being, racist, anti-black, anti-Hispanic, and, all this other dumb shit. And then the liberals that scream that shit turn right around and do exactly what they just, berated conservatives for. So everyone's really got, on the same page, more or less. Except one's allowed to do it and the other one isn't, And it's actually kind of good that more and more people are noticing this shit. Also set up charities, blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's find out what the hell this fucking crazy bullshit is. The elite art, it's all a scam, it's a huge hoax. Yes, I retweeted it. How does an artist who didn't play soccer become a women's soccer recruit at Yale? With a fake profile, $1.2 million payout, and a $400K bribe. Yahoo sports columnist. Okay. And this took me... Wow, that's not bad looking. Also, she's Asian. Oh, could have fooled me. Well, she is pretty attractive. That's a lot of plastic surgery, though. All right, let's make you a lot bigger. Okay, let's see. What does it look like on the OBS? All right, there you go. FBI. College coaches took bribes to help admit unqualified students. So it looks like... Okay, so the way the scam worked was apparently the sports coaches of a lot of big-time colleges were the ones facilitating the scam. Okay. Wow. In November of 2017, a wealthy, desperate parent willing to do just about anything to get their child into Yale allegedly contacted a man named William Singer, who ran a business disguised as a charity that could accomplish that goal, aka money laundering. The student didn't have the qualifications on her own. Singer had a solution. Blah, blah, blah. So he took her participation as an artist, changed it to soccer, even creating a false online profile that made her the co-captain of a prominent club soccer team from Southern California, according to a federal indictment. Wow. So the FBI has fucking all the info. So these people are fucked. Singer then contacted longtime Yale women's soccer coach Rudy Meredith, who the university provides a certain amount of slots to get recruits admission to the school, even if they are below traditional standards. So basically, if you're a dumb fucking retard, you can still get into Yale, provided you can play sports apparently. So it's actually standard, and that's fine. And besides, the education's kind of overrated anyway, and overly expensive, so. It's designed to help the program remain competitive. Since the Ivy League does not provide athletic scholarships, it is worth no money, just access to the school. Huh. Wow. Meredith, in turn, allegedly designated Yale applicant 1 as a recruit for the Yale women's soccer team, thereby facilitating her admission to Yale, despite the fact that, as he knew at the time, this person did not play competitive soccer. Oh man, they really fucking busted this guy's balls hard. In January, the art student was admitted to Yale as a soccer recruit. It was then that Singer sent Meredith a check for $400K. Months later, the parents donated $1.2 million to the charity. Yeah, donated. Yeah, you'll notice that this guy is not using the word money laundering because everybody in the Democrat Party uses this exact same money laundering scam. So I assume this guy, since he's working for Yahoo, he has to be careful not to, bust open the lucrative, scam that they're all playing. But, if the fucking Republican Party was worth fucking anything, they would go after, the Democrats for this shit. But, of course, I wouldn't be surprised if, a lot of the establishment Republicans are also doing something fucking similar. This is the heart of a widespread scam that federal prosecutors out of Boston unveiled on Tuesday morning. Oh, I guess that would mean today. Leading to the arrest of 50 individuals, college coaches, administrators, and even 33 parents. Wow, so they're actually putting the parents in jail for this. Including prominent actresses Felicity Huffman, Desperate Housewives, and Lori Loughlin, Full House. Wow. Wow, I feel kind of bad that they're going after the parents, too, because, the parents are just kind of desperate, Yeah, I don't know, maybe they'll, I don't know, what do you charge? I know what you can charge, like, the Bryan Singer and the coaches for, right? Fraud, wire fraud, money laundering. But what do you charge the parents with? Many of the indictments center around using Olympic sport college coaches, including those at Texas, USC, Georgetown, Stanford. Others, including the one alleged to Huffman, featured playing Singer to fix standardized test scores to help the admission process. Holy shit, this is some next level fucking scamaz. Singer was scheduled to plead guilty today. So too was a former sailing coach at Stanford who was accused of behavior similar to Meredith. Wow. Meredith resigned abruptly from Yale in 2018 November after 24 successful seasons as the Bulldogs coach. Wow, so this person had a successful fucking career. What, was he not getting paid enough fucking money? The scandal is massive, big name schools, prominent defendants, and huge sums of money. This case is about the widening corruption of admission of elite colleges and universities, says attorney Andrew Lelling. These parents are a catalog of wealth and privilege. There can be no separate admission system for the wealthy, and I will add there will be no separate justice system. That's actually bullshit. They'll be able to pay their way out. They'll lose a lot of money, though, in lawyer fees and shit. On top of that, most of them are Democrats. I'm sure they can cut some sort of deal. The feds allege one parent gave Singer $6.5 million to aid a single child. Holy shit. Fuck, we could use that fucking money. From 2011 to 2018, wealthy parents paid Singer $25 million to guarantee their child's admission to elite schools. Wow. The feds said they uncovered this criminal ring while investigating a non-related matter involving the college admission process. They acknowledge they didn't catch everyone, which comes as a surprise to no one. The elite college admission process has been fraught with bullshit, quid pro quos, and favoritism for generations. Yeah, I figure it was legal. That's why everyone does it. Lelling even noted that this doesn't even touch on more obvious tactics such as parent donating millions for the construction of a new building on campus in exchange for admission of a child. So apparently that's actually illegal? It is no less distressing, however. I mean, I figured this would be okay, actually. Like, you're expanding the school, which means more jobs, more students get taught. Granted, right now they're being taught propaganda, but, I went to a community college, right? Baruch College in New York City. Very cheap, very good. In fact, I would put them up against NYU business NYU's Stern School of Business any day of the fucking week. And we would definitely give it as good as we got. And actually would probably beat them in some cases, so. But yeah, somebody donated a shit ton of money to Baruch. They built an entire fucking new library and building. It's very nice. So shit, if we get that in exchange for just letting one of those students come in, hey, I don't give a fuck. But apparently it's illegal, which is interesting. It is no less distressing, however, that the merits of some students were overwritten by the wealth and privilege of students of lesser merit. It happens all the time. This is Zero's son, Lulling said, for every student admitted through fraud, an honest, hardworking student is rejected. Oh, so now someone gives a shit about dealing with illegal immigration. Because this is exactly what it is. Though, except the illegals in the college system have a shit ton of money, whereas the illegals coming across the border and overstaying their visas, for the most part, they all go on welfare and take our shit. So it's like mostly in principle the same thing. Among the more prominent names, Huffman allegedly paid singers Charity $15,000 to have her daughter's SAT score fixed by first using doctors to allow for her to get an untimed test. What the fuck? Untimed? Are you kidding me? I remember I always had to, figure shit out, when I had 2-3 hours to fucking work with. That's bullshit. And have a stand and take the test and post a score of 1420. Jesus Christ, man. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, you go ahead and take the test for me. What the fuck? The plan worked so well, Huffman later discussed doing it again for her younger daughter, but in the end declined to move forward. She was one of the few to do so. Wow. And yeah, and that's where Will Chamberlain's, shtick about, fucking hypocrite, virtue signaling shit libs comes into play. So, yeah. Everyone is evil, everyone is bad except myself. And then they'll turn around and, do the same shit. Top reaction. So, what is it? Do as I say, but not as I do. Typical bullshit. Look, there's even 193 people watching. The article states that the broke singer paid $1,400 to Yale. If so, did the coach declare to pay on his or her tax? Yeah, so I think maybe part of the problem might have been they may not have paid the taxes. I wouldn't be surprised. Please sign in. Okay, so I cannot vote. One question, please. Why do schools get punished while coaches simply move to another college or the pros? I don't understand this one. Meanwhile, hardworking, average income earning parents such as myself tell our children to work hard, that's your first mistake, and follow the rules of life. That's mostly true. So completely sick and disgusted by the privilege and deplorable behavior of wealthy persons. Well, I hate to break it to you, Angela, but the days of working hard are long gone. It's all about the 200 IQ poggers and then just having the will to, put into action. Sometimes that might lead to hard work, but it's really more like having the courage and the intelligence to, follow through. New York Post has an interesting story on Lori Laughlin's daughter using her Southern Cal admission to promote on her social media site Amazon Prime is the best way for college students to purchase dorm shit. Okay, what? Well, I don't know. This has a lot of upvotes. Okay, if you're willing to pay millions to get your kid in a certain school, why not just have the kid go to a university they qualify for and give the kid millions to get them help started in life? Yeah, this guy is fucking genius. He deserves like 500 more upvotes. I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. Why? Yeah, that's like so much smarter, and it's a lot cheaper too. See, that's the thing, right? Liberals, they don't know how to spend their fucking money. Proud of my kid even more now. Double major, top of her class, student loans out the yin-yang, working hard to pay them down. Well, that's another problem is student debt is bullshit. It's too fucking much. Ivy League schools are not so much an institute of higher learning as an initiation into the world of class and entitlement. It's not so secret. It's a not so secret society. Yeah. These kids are being used because they can play a sport and bring meals at schools. The administration can care less about whether they graduate. Yeah, it's all about the fucking Benjamins. You know, get them in, scam all the money, put it in the endowment fund. I think that's what most colleges use. And then, who gives a shit? Folks getting all worked about affirmative action in schools, yet this type of thing has been going on ever since there were colleges and admissions. It's even done legally, with parents or grandparents donating megabucks directly to the college, with the understanding that their progeny will be admitted. Yeah, that's how Bush got into, I think, Yale is the college he went into. He didn't actually qualify to get into Yale, but because his dad, so I guess that means the George Bush Sr., went to Yale, they had to let him in. Something like that. This has been happening for years. In high school, I was tutoring a classmate, a senior, who was failing basic algebra, which I passed in the 10th grade. I asked him where he was accepted to college, and he said Princeton University. I was shocked at how someone who was such a poor student got in there. My girlfriend at the time, who was also accepted at Princeton, told me he was the New Jersey State high school wrestling champ, and that was the only reason he got in. Now, that's actually a pretty good reason to, because unfortunately what it comes down to is in the real life market, if you're number one in something, and it gives you a number one status, especially if it's a legit status, you can pretty much, get whatever you want. I don't have much status, but I have everything else. Eventually, I could create a lot of status, if this fucking sickness would go away, and then we'll see what happens. Why is everyone shocked about this? Money talks, that will never go away. Being smart about it is when it's important. Just because Johnny or Susie doesn't have private, blah, 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 blah. These parents are a catalog of wealth and privilege. There can be no separately. Only a separate system for top athletes. So there's another person that says this has been going on a long time. The difference now is that instead of parents writing a check to the university for a new wing of the library or a field, they write them to people like Mr. Singer. Although the old way wasn't right or fair, at least the universities and our students benefited. Right. That's why I brought up the Baruch. That's why I told you the story of Baruch, right? We got a shit ton of money to build a brand new fucking library. In fact, it was actually expanded the Baruch campus. It was it increased it by 33%. And we badly needed a new fucking building too, because it was just too overcrowded. And yeah, that's a totally fair fucking trade, right? You're literally, for the price of one person, you're literally creating space for 25,000 more students. Yeah, I'm going to fucking take that deal. You have to be completely brain dead not to. So, I think this person, I'm going to end it on this because I don't want to go too far. I got a bunch to go through. But yeah, this is important, right? If people were just creating more value, then maybe this, college gate scam wouldn't have exploded nearly as bad, But, when you do it the old way, which is probably the more fairish way, like this Higby says, right? The universities and other students benefited because everybody shares in the wealth, and that's really all that people want, some kind of fair shake at something, or at least a piece of the pie, or at least a piece of the fucking crumbs. But, yes, is typical with, these fucking liberals like Felicity Huffman. They wouldn't even let the other people have the fucking crumbs. They're that, fucking, whatchamacallit. How Hollywood elites cheated to get their kids into college. Okay. Wow, so he's really going for it. Lori Loughlin is seen December 31st, 2018. Just a girl who decided to go for it. Yes, and you got caught. Yeah. Ah, shit. Visual voicemail. What? I don't know. Shit. Alright, so I better, I don't know. Let me just open the thing. I don't know. I'm expecting a package. The problem is I didn't hear the bell, but maybe the guy didn't press it, and then it just says voicemail. So anyway, I better call this one. So anyway, if you like what you saw, read, or heard, hit the like button, the follow button, or subscribe button. Wherever you're watching this from, or at my YouTubes at youtube.com/Johnson Chan. I'm still stuck at 227, so we're trying to push to 230 to 240. I keep getting a subscriber, and then I lose it, then I gain, and then I lose it again. So I don't know, something's going on. But we're just gonna keep grinding this out. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button because we got more content coming down the pipeline, and I guess considering that Skynet's fucking taking over, as Andrew Yang is warning us. It's gonna be important that I get big so that I can spread the right solutions around, because I do know what we need to do. But I need more influence to get everybody on board. So we'll see. But yeah. So I gotta check to see what's going on with the package. I don't even think it's anything, but So thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you shortly in the next video. And always remember, Johnson Chan, Mind Bigly, JMC Coin Crypto, 404 Coin Crypto, Hollywood liberals, or just liberals in general. Do as I say, not as I do. Typical, bullshit. But I'm glad, at least they might suffer some kind of penalty before their liberal privilege kicks in and they get away with everything. Or maybe not, who knows.